Truck video. What's up, gang? I am still in Missouri. I've been on the road for about an hour now. I just got done fueling up at the slowest pump gas station I've ever been at. I was the only person there. I felt like it took a half hour to fill the tank. But I'm on my way to the Milwaukee RNC, and I've got about 6.5 hours to go. I'm probably going to be there about 9 o'clock tonight, which really sucks because I didn't know that Trump is going to be speaking tonight, and they're saying that he's likely, I heard people like definitively saying he's going to be announcing his VP pick tonight, which I'm so upset about because I was planning on being there for the last night, which is when he's going to get his nomination. I didn't know that he was speaking tonight too. Fuck. So, give you an update on that, and also I'm going to give you an update. There's been some revelations that have come out. Oh, by the way, do you like the Trump hat? This is my official Trump 2020 hat, but I've got a couple of military pins covering the 2020, so it works really good. I really love this hat. It's a very nice hat. It's got the old BDU style camo on there. So I got my airborne wings and a couple of Iraq pins on there to cover up the 2020. So it works. I was gonna have a new hat that I ordered directly off the Trump website. It's like Veterans for Trump, and it says something else too. But I've been waiting for that ever since the day when he got convicted. I did like so many other people did, and went onto his website and I bought a bunch of stuff. I bought flag, shirt, hat, and then I dropped a donation as well. And so because obviously I did it at that time, the system was very overwhelmed, so I am now waiting for a very long time to get my stuff. But no matter what, it's worth it for the donation to help Trump. If I didn't, that was already a hefty enough donation. If it weren't for that, then I would probably be donating even more after the assassination attempt. If you guys haven't been donating, I recommend it. Show some love to the guy. Fucking people driving in the left goddamn fucking lane. I'm an angry driver, by the way. So yeah, there's been some revelations now. Great as a fly in here. I was just listening to Dan Bongino, who he just did his first full show since the assassination attempt on Trump. And if you don't know already, I say this all the time, he's a big inspiration of mine. He's former NYPD and also extensive career in the Secret Service, where he served on the actual presidential detail for Obama. He was an instructor. This dude knows everything about Secret Service. All right, so when he says something about the procedures and all that, that's a man you want to listen to. So a few things. When we did our streams, I did 2 streams in the same day, one an emergency broadcast immediately after Trump got shot, and then we did our typical regular Skin Max Saturday after that. And the entire time, I was sitting there ragging on the Secret Service because I was trained in executive protection, and we have a certain way of doing things where when something goes down, you take your protectee, or we call him the principal, you take him, you get him the fuck out of there as fast as possible. And that means you grab the collar with one hand, you grab the fucking waistband with another, and you fucking move. If you have to, usually, you might have to grab just the waistband and then use the other hand, and you pull your weapon and shoot if you need to. So I was ragging on Secret Service. I'm like, how did it take so long to get him off there? Bongino explained that was actually protocol for the Secret Service. That's the way they do it. The 2 guys in what he refers to as ninja suits, these the guys in the black ninja suits, the tactical dudes, they had the helmet, the full battle rattle with the guns ready. They went right up there on stage. They're called a CAT team. Fuck. Now I can't remember what the acronym exactly means, but in any case, or counter assault team. I think it's what it is, counter assault team. Their job specifically is to be right there by the president, and if something goes down, they respond, get into place, and the rest of the Secret Service detail, the agents in suits, it's their job to cover up the president, keep him in place until the CAT team is in place to cover them as they evacuate the president. So that was protocol. And they do it in the way they did it. It was slow because it is their job to create a human shield. All these agents surround him, and they don't have to move fast as long as all they're doing is covering every inch of his body so that they will get shot and not the president, or in this case, the candidate. I still call him President Trump because I think the person who's in the Oval Office is just the former vice president. Sue me. So that was actually all done correctly. But of course, the big failure there is they had these female agents that were smaller than Trump. Trump's a big dude. He absolutely, every single person who is directly there should be the size of the president, if not bigger, so that you can actually provide cover. That girl was like half his size. That was a massive portion of his body that was being exposed. Okay, so that part is down. I was ragging on them bad for that. Obviously, their tactic is just much different from what I was trained. Not surprising. I just never knew that about Secret Service. Okay, the big thing in all of this is how in the fuck did that kid, Thomas, I shouldn't even say his fucking name, piece of shit. How in the hell did he get up there? Bongino, who has a lot of connections, says that he's been having little birdies ringing in his ear, said that they knew about this guy. They knew the second he entered the perimeter. They were tracking him until they lost him. They said that they think that he went into one of the buildings and they couldn't track him after that. At some point, he came out of the building, managed to get up the ladder, and managed to get on the roof, and they just never even knew it happened. But how in the fuck does that happen? Bongino would say, one of the criminal things here, as far as the Secret Service, as far as obviously with the head of the director of the Secret Service, a DEI female who's been running the show, says her objective is to have 30% females in the Secret Service rather than having the correct, actual, capable individuals there. She's more concerned about DEI. Trump's detail was criminally understaffed. He was told that a lot of the people out there weren't Secret Service. Even some of the quote-unquote agents that were there, that was a part of his protection detail, people in suits, were not Secret Service. They were coming from other departments. The claim is that the area where that building was, which was obviously flagged as a potential sniper spot, was being left to be monitored by local PD. The claim is Secret Service was not even being responsible for that, which is ridiculous. That's a high threat location. That's a high potential of there being somebody's gonna fucking try to go up there and shoot the president, which is what happened. Okay, so all that in place, the biggest question everyone needs to ask is, how did he get up there? That's the biggest thing. The case that everyone's ragging on for the counter sniper team and not responding right away, what Dan is saying that he's being told is that they didn't have a clear shot, which I can see that being the case because when you look at those buildings, there are multiple buildings at different levels, and this kid was on a lower level building, and so what they're saying is there was an edge of another building that was blocking their shot. So that counter sniper team that we saw, who I still have a problem with anyways, because you see them, so this is the thing, we pointed out on the show, you see the split second before the first shot rings out, you see the closest one, the sniper on the tripod, poke his head up, and now we know what he's doing is he's probably trying to look over the ledge to get a view of this kid, but then when the shots ring out, both of them come back into a defensive position like they're trying to avoid getting shot. I hate that. They should have kept eyes on. They should know damn well that the shots are going to the president, and even if it's not, you are there to protect the president, not yourself. Anyone going to the Secret Service needs to you have to put your life on the line in order to protect the president. For both of them to jump back and lose their sight picture and all that, I'm very ashamed of that. And I think Dan was being just nice and not pointing that out, but I'm going to point it out for him. What it sounds like is there was another counter sniper team that was moving in position onto the roof, and they're the ones who took him out. And when you look at the picture of this piece of shit's fucking dead body turned over, I pointed this out in the live stream. If you look close at his neck, you can see the edges of where there is a large gaping wound. So he got shot like right in his fucking, like right, I think right where his neck connects to his head, and which is a good location to hit because that just immediately removes all motor function right there. So I think that's what happened, and I've been wondering, well, how the hell did he get shot there when the snipers, the counter sniper team we saw was over here? Because I think the other counter sniper team managed to get behind him, or at least somebody did, and popped him from behind. So here's the other thing, though. That is all criminal right there, criminal negligence as well, that they didn't have proper counter sniper positions to cover that fucking roof. They knew that roof was danger. They knew that that was a very potentially dangerous spot that somebody could shoot at the former president with, and they didn't have proper coverage of it. They would identify the fact that I don't have a clear line of shot for the entire roof there, so they should have had another location set up where somebody could. It's outrageous. I mean, I was never a sniper. I worked in surveillance and reconnaissance, so at least I have an understanding. You always want line of sight views when you're doing your operations and everything. You want to go ahead of time and understand what the layout of the land is and the building. So when we set up a surveillance operation, we want to be able to see where we're looking. So you take all these things into consideration: tree line, hills, any other obstacles, buildings, everything like that. The fact that I was a simple, regular Army surveillance operator means that I know this shit. These highly trained fucking snipers should obviously know that shit, and they still didn't fucking do it. So, who is to blame here? I don't fucking know. Boots on the ground, guys, they shouldn't be blamed. They shouldn't be blamed. I'll just say that right out. They shouldn't be blamed. It's the people who are in charge. Are they to blame for not properly training these people and not having the properly trained, or at least the best personnel possible on the ground to protect the former president? I mean, one thing's for sure. We're all in agreement that the team of women that we saw over by the SUV, we're all in agreement they looked fucking awful. And this is not a bash on all women. Those women specifically should never be there. They should be behind a desk. That's not to say that there's probably not some badass women out there who couldn't do this job. Those women specifically could not do this job, and they should not have been there. So, okay. The bottom line, this really comes down to the director, this diversity hire, DEI involved director of the Secret Service. She needs to resign, is what Bongino's been saying. I say she needs to be fired and investigated for criminal negligence in her job, and almost getting who will likely be the next president of the United States. Almost got him killed. So that's all for now. I'll give you guys another update at some point later on. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. If you didn't like this video, you can hit that other button. That's the dislike. It's thumbs up. It's very deceptive. YouTube changed things up. The up button is still also the down button. It's tricky. It's tricky. That being said, though, thanks a lot, guys. If you are new here, double tap that like and subscribe. Share this video out there with everybody, because you don't gotta be a vet. Just don't get butt hurt. You've been warned.